You're listening to the Impact Implosion on the Angry Marks Podcast Network.
It is July 6, 2017, and it is another episode of the Impact Implosion here on the Angry Marks Podcast Network. As always, I am Seth Drake, and on the other end is the GFW to my Impact, Mr. Mike Poland.
Yay, GFW.
Yep, they changed the name. Because why not? Why not rebrand after only having a brand name for only a few months? Because that makes all the sense in the world.
Yes.
That was the big news.
Yes, the news of the day.
That was thankfully the only news.
Other than the fact that they're going to be airing the GFW taping from a couple years back as one night onlys.
Oh yes, the one night only. Instead of the one night onlys, we're going to get some amps, which are going to have people like Bobby Roode, Eric Young,
Bollywood Boys.
Yeah, everyone that is no longer there. PJ Black. Yeah. People that decided,
Brian Myers, maybe. I think he was there for a minute.
Yep, Brian Myers. Yeah, you're right. Brian Myers was there, as now he's Kurt Hawkins.
Again, that's a fact.
Check the facts, Jack.
Oh, boy.
So, let's, I'm going to talk about Impact later, but first we need to really talk about something good, because I am not drunk tonight. I got to work tomorrow, so I can't drink as much as I want to. So, we got to talk about Slammiversary first. Pre-show match was Ali, Braxton Sutter, and Mob Bali Shera versus
KM, Laurel, and Congo Cat.
Yeah. There's not much to say. The face team won. The only good things about this match were when Ali and LVN got involved. Everything else was just crap.
I didn't even realize this match. They didn't even announce this match. It's just pre-show match.
Yeah, it was just a pre-show match announced online, like, on Saturday. Like, on Sunday.
Usually WWE at least announces their pre-show match.
Oh, yeah. No.
What's happening.
So.
And then we start with a video package, and we have the owl that flies into the building.
Oh, yeah, the owl. I was like, holy shit, the owl's here.
I really hope nobody's on drugs right now, because somebody would think that owl's there and ran into their souls or something.
Yeah, the owl's here. So the opener is just for the opener is just for the GFW tag titles. In case you hadn't realized, this show was getting to the point where it was just going to be a GFW show. Well, they'll give you good hints that this is GFW now and not Impact.
By burying some of their roster.
Yeah. This opener, basically, it's a fatal four-way match. The GFW tag champs, who are also the Impact tag champs, LAX, against, from Crash, Laredo Kid and Garza Jr., who are also on Impact.
Who we've seen them on Impact over the last few months.
Versus from Noah,
Naomichi Marufuji.
Naomichi Marufuji and Taishi Ishimori.
Yes, I remember Marufuji because he worked Ring of Honor matches. I've never seen Ishimori.
And from AAA, El Hijo del Fantasma and Drago, which was a huge shocker to me because of their Lucha Underground contracts.
Yes, by the way, they mentioned that I want to talk a little bit about the commentary because I really liked it here.
Oh, yeah, it was Don West and Robert Flores. Yeah, from MLB Network.
Impact trying to get like the, I guess it's not like when WWE has Sam Roberts and Pete Rosenberg on there, but.
Yeah, we couldn't get Mike Tenay to fill in for Don West, so Robert Flores is here, which is fine.
Oh, Mike Tenay didn't want to come back.
Yeah, Mike Tenay didn't want to come back. And my friend looked at Ishimori and was like, is that Ishimori? I was like, the whole mask thing that looked like Ligero threw my friend off.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly, this was a really fun match, but we had a bad slip by Drago.
Yep.
We had a moment where there was a 3 count because somebody was late.
They did the moonsault spot, and they had, like, the camera seemed like it was out of focus.
Yeah. It was the Drago and El Hijo Fantasma should be champs. There was a 3 spot, but because somebody did not kick their shoulders up, but the ref said, "Oh, he got his shoulders up," when he didn't.
Whoops. Bad officiating.
There was a weak-ass kick save by Marufuji and against Fantasma, and Fantasma even looks at him like, what the hell's that?
Like the last 6 to 8 minutes of this match was everybody doing dives and high spots.
There was Diamante's moment where it looked like she may have hurt her knee, and she might have. Yeah, we were both like, yeah, she may have hurt her knee there.
It looked like she landed weird.
But anyway, LAX hit their finisher on Laredo Garza Jr., who also
blockbuster.
He did his pants thing.
Yes,
Stop! I take my pants off.
He's a Mexican male stripper.
And Conan then teases a new member while he has glasses on, but he has sunglasses on top of the...
Get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that. No DQ match announced for the JB Joseph Park against Josh Matthews, Scott Steiner.
We'll get to that.
JB is freaking upset about this.
Always rely on your friends.
Then we have Eli Drake and Christopher Adonis versus Moose and NFL football player D'Angelo Williams, who had Gary Barnage there as well.
And D'Angelo Williams was better than I was expecting.
Shit. He was. Also, Moose and them had cheerleaders and a race car driver with them.
Pulling out all with stops.
Yeah. He really, and unfortunately, this is going to be his only match. He's retired from pro wrestling. Sadly, he has decided, hey, I'm going to retire. I want to play professional football.
It's unfortunate he could be a part-timer and be like their Kevin Green.
Yeah. So there was a moment Eli Drake slipped off the ropes, and then was like, huh?
Yeah, he botched that.
Yeah. And there's a table spot, which I didn't know this was no DQ. But ref is okay.
There wasn't even a ref bump here.
D'Angelo splashed the guy on the table, although the table didn't break. Splashed
unbreakable table.
Adonis, and D'Angelo got the win. And since the table didn't break, they had to throw Eli Drake back in there and double powerbomb him so the table can break.
You're overcoming baby faces, beating up the heel after the match.
Well,
wonderful.
The table's got to get broken.
I am the table. I am the table.
Yep, I am the table.
Botchamania.
Yep. So then we go to a strap match.
I like this strap match, and I like it because they didn't do the whole you have to touch 4 corners to win.
Well, this is a 6-sided ring, so that'll be a little bit more difficult.
Time.
Yeah,
and they can't really do that.
Yep, EC3
6 corners now.
Yep, EC3 tried to handcuff James Storm to the ropes, but James Storm handcuffed him to the ropes and gave him 32 lashes to make up for the 31 lashes, although Josh kept saying it was 30, and I knew it was 31.
Josh was on commentary.
But when he was, I know he wasn't on commentary this show, but he had been on commentary in the past shows, and he kept saying 30 lashes. Him and JB. It was 31. I counted myself. So Storm hit a 1%er, 2 count, and then there was a moment where EC3's strap came off, the strap to his arm, and during the outside trying to get it on, he pulled Storm into the ring post. Nasty little thing. EC3 hit a 1%er, 2 count. James Storm hit a last call, but James Storm fainted. He collapsed.
The old Shawn Michaels faints after the big spot move.
Yep. And then EC3 hit an Angel's Wings.
Actually, it looks more like Kid Cash's old finishing move than an Angel's Wings, but...
right.
Or Jay Driller.
Okay. Oh, well. Anyways, apparently Bruce Pritchard is missing. He could not show up to this pay-per-view for whatever reason.
Way to go, Bruce.
Way to go. And if you're wondering if this will ever be resolved, nope, he's back next week. He's back on Impact.
Yay.
So,
by the way, James Storm's not on any of these tapings.
Nope, he got helped out.
So that's a write-off angle for now.
Yeah, got a write-off angle for now. Good for him.
Mm-hmm.
Time for the Announcers Feud tag match, but Pope is here to commentate this match.
Oh, boy.
And then Josh immediately signals that he and JB will be back on Impact.
And Josh's theme is all tweeting.
Oh, I know, it's all tweeting. It's been that way for a while.
Terrible.
Yeah. So JB is like praying to God. He is like, oh my God.
I'm going to die.
Fans want Steiner in the ring. And the crowd starts not getting into this match until they leave the ring and go to the back because they're going to break the Broken Hardys.
Yep.
They're going to chase them with a golf cart, which ends up fire hydrant. They're going to chase them with a car they stole from the guy that was in those Hardy segments.
Hey, Scott Steiner, get out of the fucking car.
Yeah. We had a moment where Josh fell into the pool and then JB splashed onto him.
And they tried to drown each other.
Yeah, and then Shark Boy showed up.
Hey, Shark Boy's here for no reason.
Yeah, and bit JB's rear end.
Mm-hmm. He bit Josh's rear end.
Yeah, bit Josh's rear end, yeah. Then Scott Steiner beat up on Joseph Park. Joseph's like, then James Mitchell shows up.
And James Mitchell continues not to age well, but anyway.
Happy Slammiversary, son.
Happy Slammiversary. Take the goddamn mask.
Yep. So
here's your present.
Scott Robert Irvine's in the crowd, punched Josh, because Josh was jaw-jacking him. But unfortunately for JB, he's all alone against Josh Matthews and Scott Steiner.
And Shark Boy is here again.
Shark Boy gets his ass kicked immediately.
What a jobber.
Then James Mitchell comes out, and Abyss comes out. And here's where we get I got to give kudos to these announcers. Match is terrible, but holy shit on these. Josh Matthews gets Black Gold slammed onto thumbtacks, and then JB does a frog splash on the thumbtacks, which Josh is on. So his hands got thumbtacks. And
Josh is apparently trying to get the decision overturned because Abyss wasn't in the match, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, it's an ODQ match, so good luck on that.
Can't do that. Sorry, Josh.
Sorry, no
you
DQ
got your
match.
comeuppance.
Yeah, no DQ. So anyway, Josh and JB and Abyss got announced as the winners.
Yeah.
And it's time for the mixed tag team Full Metal Mayhem, which was short.
And so this has been basically a spot fest.
Yeah. Although Eddie Edwards having to eat a bunch of tacks.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah. Then
that's not healthy. No kidding, Robert.
Put Eddie through put Adorable Davey through a table from a ladder, and they won the match.
And for some reason, Davey's the one who's in the X Cup, but we'll talk about that.
Yeah, he's going to be stuck as relegated as X Division while Eddie gets to
the singles.
So it's time for the two out of 3 falls match for the X Division title.
This was kind of dull in space.
Yes, sadly. This was kind of disappointing. Yeah. Low Key wins the first fall with a very nice Warrior's Way.
Yep.
Sanjay wins the second fall with a strange-ass roll-up.
Out of the Dragon Clutch.
It was a weird-looking roll-up. The roll-up that just looked weird.
He was trying to reverse the Dragon Sleeper. And it didn't quite work out.
Yeah, and Sanjay Dutt hit a moonsault double foot stomp finisher to retain.
I hate that finisher, by the way.
It's a little over.
Doesn't look like a good finish.
It also makes O'Keefe's finisher look like shit. Oh, you can do a foot stomp? I can moonsault and foot stomp.
Yay.
So, semi-main event, which I was shocked, and the Knockouts unification match between Rosemary and Sienna. Sienna had a nice entrance, but Rosemary topped her.
Mm-hmm. And then not like Laurel and KM tried to interfere like 30 seconds in, and Sienna sent them back.
Yeah. By the way, Gail Kim's here.
To
get to her. We'll get to her.
Yeah, she has an announcement.
Yeah, next week. So, Sienna, sent them to the back. Rosemary German suplex off the top turnbuckle. She kicked out of a silencer. The ref was out of the Red Wedding, but LVN pulls the ref out of the ring. So, Allie chases LVN with a kendo stick.
And then I like the end spot here with the miss.
With the GFW belt, 2 count. Rosemary tries to miss, but Sienna covers her mouth, and the mist burns her hand.
How come nobody ever thought of that when Muda or Tajiri tried to do the mist?
I have no idea, but Red Wedding attempt. Sienna rakes the eyes with the mist hand. Submission guillotine choke, and Rosemary taps.
Sienna wins.
Rosemary has lost in a singles match. Now, this might need to be mentioned because I've read the tapings, and she's going to lose again, and that's it for her. That she is not in any more of the tapings. They don't have her and Allie do anything, so she may be on her way out.
That's unfortunate.
Oh, yeah.
Our favorite knockout's on her way out.
Yeah, because she may be... I really hope this is not true, but maybe part of the Mae Young. Maybe pull man Mark Andrews and ditch them in the middle.
True.
What?
I hope that's true, that she's in the Mae Young thing, and that's why they're doing this. If not, then why are they doing this?
So anyway, Sienna's got both belts. And then, a total time waster as JB introduces Jeff Jarrett. For a total time waster as he says thank you.
We couldn't do this backstage for 30 seconds.
No. Franklin comes
in a video.
Main event time for the unified world titles. Franklin comes out with King Mo and his America Top Team friends.
El Patron comes out with his family.
Out with Dad Dos Caras and his brother El Hijo Dos Caras.
Mm-hmm.
So most of the entourage goes to the back, but only Dos Caras and King Mo stay.
Uh-huh.
Cross-arm break by El Patron, but Franklin powers out. Top rope DVD, Death Valley Driver by Franklin. 2 count. Tron hits his WWE finisher, foot stomp. 2 count.
Another foot stomp.
Arm breaker by Franklin. Patron gets out.
They keep using a chair and it never happens.
Franklin spears him. 2 count. Dos Caras kicks King Mo in the balls. And Franklin responds by pie-facing Caras, pushing him away. So, as he gets back in the ring, Patron hits the double foot stomp while Franklin's on the ropes. And we have a new champion. El Patron. And as everyone is coming out, the show just cuts off. Show just ends.
Because they were out of time.
Yeah. This was a very good show. I gave it an A.
Yep.
Not the best pay-per-view TNA's ever done, despite what PR said.
I would say this is kind of like a reboot for them again.
No, Impact was the reboot.
Mm-hmm.
This was the end of Impact. Then the reboot was the end for Impact, and then the GFW reboot.
Yep. Speaking of that,
we got to get to this show.
Oh boy. Short matches. If you like them, you got them here.
Yeah. By the way, other news had happened. Velvet Sky officially announced her retirement.
Yay! Good for her. She's gonna go back to school.
Like I mentioned, D'Angelo Williams said he was done.
Boo! He could have at least been someone that could come in after the football season, like Kevin Green used to in WCW.
Yeah, I know. We did talk about Bram suffering a nasty injury last week.
Bram, injured.
Yeah. And unfortunately, while one guy is here, a Rockstar Spud has visa issues. So that's why he wasn't at these statements.
I'd rather have Grado have the visa issues.
Which is going to be into a storyline. A very bad one.
Oh, God.
But we got to talk about Impact. We got to get this GFW Impact out of the way. We do.
Oh, we've got about 5 weeks of these coming up.
I didn't drink. I really wanted to drink alcohol, but I got to work in the morning.
Oh, boy.
So, if you can, this is a net show.
So fucking bad.
So, we start off with at the LAX clubhouse, and Conan promising the newest member of the LAX. But in the ring, by the way, they were nice enough to mention it's GFW Impact. The GFW is there.
Oh, God.
So, Unified World Champion El Patron with his father and brother. And mixed reactions from the crowd.
Patron's done a good face. We covered this a couple weeks ago.
They called it the Global Force World Title.
Yay, because Global Force was a world-renowned company.
Yes, so El Hijo de los Caras will be joining Impact.
Yay, a third-generation wrestler.
And Josh was like, well, I think, no, it was JB or Josh. One of them said, oh, no, it was El Patron, who said, last week, I fought the biggest talent. I was like, it was 4 days ago, motherfucker. You idiot. It was Sunday. It wasn't last week.
Last Sunday.
No, on Sunday. You dumb shit. Sunday. It's still the week.
Look at your calendar.
You cannot count anymore, you dumb shit. Last week is 7 days ago. So El Patron says he's feeling great. You know, he feels he's going to fight anyone. So here comes Franklin. Franklin wears sunglasses indoors. And Franklin goes off here. Calls Patron an egomaniac. Calls he just got a fluke win. And basically questions his family's legality in this country.
Oh, boy. What a call to your good buddy Trump.
Yeah. So, yeah, he got slapped for that, and he made a joke and saying, hey, you slapped harder than your son.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. By the way, El Patron, Franklin wants his rematch tonight, and, yeah, after everything, they people have to basically separate these two. And then we go backstage from what earlier happened tonight where Josh is congratulating JB and he's like, you had this. Although you had Shark Boy, Abyss. Making excuses. Bruce is there. By the way, never mentioned why he wasn't there at Slammiversary. So Bruce is tired of these two. And he says, look, I'm going to continue with what I continued in India. Any altercation between you two, any physical altercation, you get fired. Oh, and Pope, you're getting fired. You will get fired too. And Pope's like, what the fuck did I do? I didn't do anything. Well, I wasn't in this. Well, you are.
So Pope's unfairly in this.
Yeah, Pope's been brought into this. Like, dude, I ain't involved in this shit. And I ain't going to touch anyone.
Reason.
Yeah.
Whatsoever.
So, first match is a short non-title match between Caleb Conley and Sanjay Dutt. By the way, there are these two jacked motherfuckers, and they're for a new MTV, they're for a new pop show called Swolemates.
Ugh, what a name.
What a name, and oh boy, you better get used to these bastards for the next few weeks. I'm just going to tell you now, you better get used to these bastards. Commentators are wondering who the newest member of LAX is, and I'm like, well, considering that only Latinos are allowed in the group, if you are of Latin heritage, it's a bit easier to guess who they're talking about.
Alberto, Loki.
Anyone who here, is there anyone in the company who's Latin? Yeah, there's Very few of those. Has Latin American. So the commentators are wondering who the new member. Oh, anyway, I already said that. Dutt beats Conley with in a match I barely paid attention to.
He won with something.
Yeah, so Trevor Lee comes out, beats Sanjay Dutt after the bell, and he steals the belt, naming himself the new X Division champion.
He didn't win a match yet.
Yeah, you didn't win. You didn't win the title. You're a dumbass. I'm the new champion. I stole the belt. So anyway,
Grado's here.
Grado's back. Fuck.
Because.
And he's American, as apple pie, as hot dogs, as this.
That accent you have says differently, sir.
Yeah, you're Scottish.
You sound like Fat Bastard.
And by the way, they say at this, but the camera doesn't cut off and cuts some random fat guy in suit, doing jumping jacks and in wrestling gear. It was weird. Like, who the fuck's this guy? This guy never shows up again. He's just there.
He's just there for that spot.
He's just there because somebody forgot to cut the camera earlier. So, anyways, Eli Drake and Christopher Adonis. It's not. No, it wasn't Falaba.
I don't know if he could do jumping jacks.
No, and it also was a completely white guy.
Oh, okay.
Dude was white. No offense to Bob, but he ain't exactly. He's a mini Yokozuna.
Yoko Tuna.
Yeah. Anyway, Eli Drake and Christopher Adonis come out, and they have beef with the Swole Mates.
Just because.
And at this point, Impact is already getting on my damn nerves. And, of course, people are coming out, and a Slammiversary commercial plays to hype up Franklin versus El Patron.
Because
for the
show
titles.
Just good work.
Yeah, for a show that already happened, we already know who won.
Good work. It's
Eli Drake, Adonis' partners get to be revealed to be Falaba and Mario Picard. And Josh is like, as Grado comes out, Josh just hates this guy, and Pope agrees with him.
And everybody agrees with him.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, their Grado's partners are Eddie Edwards and the Veterans of War.
Oof.
This was
Poor Eddie.
This was a very not a good match.
Poor Eddie, the best worker in the match.
Yeah, and though he is the one that gets a pinfall.
Yeah.
Even though I don't know who the legal guys were, I kind of lost count of who was legal. Yeah, Eddie wins, pins Bakara. Then Joseph Park comes out.
Yeah.
And has some bad news for Grado, but we don't know what it is, but he sends him paper.
You couldn't give this guy a microphone to explain to the people what the news was.
Maybe they didn't want to at the time.
Oh, God.
Remember those visa issues I said? Remember those stupid-ass visa issues I said? Yeah, it's just teasing you for later. Next week or something. Time for a match between Matt Sydal and Braxton Sutter. And Josh calls Allie looking like an Easter egg, even though I think the skirt had island designs on it. I was like, that's not Easter egg.
Josh is also mad because these two are always in such good mood.
Although he's saying a good thing about Braxton Sutter, I'm like, Sutter's turning heel, isn't he? Sydal wins with a shooting star press. And Sutter gives Allie the cold shoulder, gets upset about losing. Yeah, he's turning heel. We're doing the breakup angle. Already.
After all that build.
Yeah, we're doing it already. By the way, next we're also going to find out who's in the Super X Cup tournament, which is just randomly thrown out there.
Yes, with nothing like nothing to hype it. It's like
no hyping at all. They just mentioned it, and then it happened. By the way, LAX Clubhouse, Conan is teasing new member and hyping this up, that we're going to be a better LAX than the past. I don't know about that. Super X Cup time. JB's in the ring, reveals the trophy, And here comes these generic wrestlers to this generic music. And I know
a bunch of jobbers and Ishimori and Davey Richards.
So it's all revealed to be Drago versus Sammy Guevara.
Who?
One guy's Sammy Guevara.
One guy that was just on the pay-per-view and another guy you probably never heard of.
Some guy from Cuba and another guy from AAA. ACH versus Andrew Everett.
Which is next week's match.
Which is really interesting. They got ACH.
Yep.
Taichi Ishimori versus Davey Richards.
Which will probably get 5 minutes when it should get 10 or 20.
And Idris Abraham versus Desmond Xavier, which happened next. Which, by the way, lasted longer than it should have. And, by the way, the good part of this was because both guys got promos to tell who they are and explain their predicament. But, before that...
But other than Davey, nobody...
We had to get a Swole-Mates commercial where one of the Swole-Mates was talking about how he's a sex machine, or how if you can come to him if you're in trouble or something. And then he asks his partner, and he's like, how's the commercial look? And he says, it fucking sucks. I think it sucks.
Whoops.
And it does. It does suck. It's horrible. It's like, oh my God, they did this. So, yeah, bad commercials.
Terrible commercials are terrible.
Yes. So, Josh is talking about during this match, the X Division guys are stronger, and I'm like, that's debatable. That they're now stronger.
You don't have a name in there other than Loki and Dot.
I'm like, but yeah, the X Division guys of overall, the X Division overall is as a stronger. And I'm like, yeah, Samoa Joe, who's going to fight the the WWF Universal Champion, and actually people are hyped for that match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar. People are actually hyped to see those two. You had AJ Styles.
And Christopher Daniels.
Rob Van Dam. You had Kenny King.
All guys that were are somewhat known workers for the...
Doug Williams. Holy... there's so many strong guys. P.D. Williams, who could do that freaking move.
The Chaos Theory.
No, Doug Williams could do the Chaos Theory. P.D. Williams could do the Canadian Destroyer. Yeah, the fucking Canadian Destroyer. How's that dude weak? Kaz, Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley, Austin Aries.
Yep.
Do I really need to continue on? But basically, it's debatable whether these guys are stronger than they were in the past.
Roderick Strong was there for a minute.
Yeah. So, yes. Anyway, Desmond Xavier wins with a corkscrew senton. And so, he's backstage with Gail Kim.
I've got an announcement to make, but I'll make it next week.
Yeah, I'll make it next week.
Yeah,
and they show highlights of Naomichi Marufuji. Naomichi Marufuji. My bad, yeah. And we had another crappy commercial. Carpe Lotion for your sweaty hands.
Bad commercial of the week segment.
They don't always show the new commercials. But now, Carpe Lotion for sweaty hands and feet. So you get Desmond Xavier talking about all the great ones, and I think he said Egypt. We got guys.
My God, are they going to bring a mummy in?
Really?
Very Jakara. I said, are they going to bring a mummy in?
Yeah.
That'd be very Jakara of them.
No. Also, his move is called the Grand Flash.
The Final Flash.
I thought he said Grand Flash.
No, he said Final Flash.
Okay. The Final Flash. All right. Anyway, Moose and Marufuji, I'm just not going to try and say his first name. They're going to have an Impact Grand title match, and EC3 has a problem with that. And he's like, dude, you need to get in line. And I'm like, well, I hate people getting out of line. I'm like, well, Marufuji just got a title shot out of the blue. Wasn't exactly in line.
EC3 just got a big pay-per-view win.
Yeah. And
you should be in line.
I don't wait in line for title shots. And you know what? I'm going to want your grand title now since you're being an asshole about it. So anyway,
Who's being a dick?
Knockouts non-title match. Sienna takes on Rebel. Like I said, I think Impact may be losing Rosemary.
And what a replacement.
Sienna, and because guess what they're also going to do? You're going to find out Gail Kim's gonna come back and stuff, wrestle. One match. Sienna is fighting Gail Kim at some point. You know that's going to happen.
Destination X.
You know. Anyway, Sienna makes Rebel tap out to her guillotine choke. And we also barely mentioned that Octagon Cito will be making his debut next week.
Isn't he a midget wrestler?
Yes. They will be doing a mini wrestler feud with another guy named Davis.
God.
Main event time as we get our Slammiversary World Title rematch as El Patron defends against Franklin, and here I go. I have to mention this before the match even begins. As El Patron's coming out, you might know he's engaged to Paige, WWE superstar. And she goes to a lot of these shows with him. TNA, any company does a very good job of making sure she's not on camera. At Slammiversary, she made particular sure she was not caught on camera because she wore a mask. A Dos Caras mask. As people noted.
Yep.
So here comes fucking Josh Matthews to mention that Paige was there. His fiancée, Paige, was at Slammiversary.
Josh, you idiot.
You fucking... the fuck would you do that, TNA, or GFW, or whatever the fuck you are? Why the fuck would you do that? Well, you just put her... If she gets fired, guess what? You fucking are at fault. You did the same thing you did with the fucking Highlanders.
I was thinking the same thing. Highlander, whichever one. William Graham Couch, Robbie.
Yeah, who was just there to cheer on some friends of his. Who wasn't going to know he was going to be on fucking camera.
Especially since it was one of the Highlanders and nobody cared about them, but in any event.
But WWE wrestler here.
People actually give a shit about Paige.
Yeah, but guess what? No, people gave a shit about that Highlander showing up. Yeah, they got fucked.
Yeah.
So Paige is going to might get fucked here.
And not in the way she wants to.
More than the sex tape. So, yeah. You just... God damn it, TNA. God damn it, Impact. GFW.
Whatever your name is.
God damn it. Did you really have to pull that shit? If she gets fired, she should sue. She can't sue because she was there. But god damn it. I wouldn't be surprised if Patron gets pissed off at you. You're world champion.
They're not going to let Patron cut any more promos, I guess, from what I was reading.
Yeah, because he's cutting them because he's freaking cursing and shit and after the show. And yeah, he's going to get fucking pissed. And you know he's going to be pissed at Josh for doing that. I'm sure he probably didn't hear it. Because he's wrestling. And I don't know if you know this from actually going to a live show. You don't hear the commentary.
Unless it's Steve Corino at Ring of Honor. Then you do.
Yeah. You don't really hear the commentary. There's a reason. Most of the time, sometimes it's audible. Put in.
Yes, you're not supposed to hear the commentary.
Yeah, you're not supposed to. God, if he heard that, he might have gritted his teeth and what the hell? So let's get into this match because I'm furious at this point. And I'm not the only one who heard this. So anyway, so it was a double foot stomp, but a 2 count on Franklin's back. Josh said, yeah, he got number 1 contender with that move. And I'm like, no! He won with a frog splash! The double foot stomp was before. He hit a frog splash to win the match. I remember the steel cage. Do you, Josh? You should. Nope. You were there. You were calling it.
Best commentator in the business, everybody.
Best commentator of all time. Greatest commentator of all time, in his opinion.
And you can't even remember a match that happened a month ago.
Yeah, Franklin hits a spear, then hits a Dominator, and is about to hit a second spear, but LAX interferes. And Conan reveals that El Patron is the newest member of LAX, but El Patron never says, never smiles, he's so freaking got tired that he can't even say anything, but they help him to the back. And that's the end of the show. This show gets an F. I was going to give it a D, but that whole page thing is F levels.
Yep.
Fuck this company. God damn it, TNA.
Yes.
God damn it, Impact. God damn it, Global Force Wrestling. God damn it. You just had to do it. You just had to say, oh, hey, WWE, we got one here, even though you're still hired. It doesn't matter that this person probably was hiding their identity, probably didn't want to be known that it was them there. God damn it. I'm so mad. I'm so furious.
Yep.
Do you have anything to sell?
Yes. July 21st, Limitless Wrestling presents Nothing Gold Can Stay. And here's your card so far. Top Shelf Troy Nelson will be in a match against an opponent being brought in by Sidney Bacabella, who's been bringing in guys so he can prove funny does not draw money. Hasn't worked out so far.
That's a diss on Jim Cornette.
Yep. Also, just signed tonight, Luke Robinson taking on Cam Zagami in the battle of the B-level television to C-level television stars, as Luke was on Tough Enough, and Zagami's on some show with John Cena.
True Grit.
American Grit. True Grit, the movie.
Oh, yeah, American Grit. That's what it was.
Also on the card, it is Donovan Dijak taking on Josh Briggs. We have Alexander Lee and the Main State Posse taking on Tabernacle Day Team, or however you say it, and Bucks Belmar. We have, what else? We have JT Dunn taking on Super Crazy, and in the main event, it is Ace Romero and Anthony Green against AR Fox and Ray Phoenix. I'll get it right one of these weeks.
Yeah, one of these weeks. No. And I have nothing to sell, thankfully. I've got to go to bed, and so Miley, we were heading to bed.